It's too dark. This is our YouTube series of how to write better. This is the basic start of it. We're going to talk about writing in a very, very fundamental and easy way. If you know what a topic sentence is, and you have passed school, maybe you don't need to know or watch the whole thing. But this is where everything starts. So let's go. The topic sentence is the first sentence in a paragraph. The following sentences should stick to the same idea as the first sentence. It's like a small little introduction to the paragraph you're writing, more or less. Once you, in the middle of your paragraph, start talking about something else, it becomes incredibly confusing for a reader, and you are not writing very good. In our example, we have, my favorite ice cream is yellow pie flavor, period. This is a sentence that discusses ice cream and flavors. So what follows is then an explanation where it can be bought at the store behind the blue sign. The color is obviously yellow and the flavor is pie with doughy bits in the ice cream. All the following flavors go back to the topic sentence that talk about a favorite ice cream, which is yellow pie flavor. Yeah. So, writing things after the topic sentence that we just went through, but this example was just to show you how a topic sentence works, can be done in multiple different ways. We are focusing on linking sentences together, and there will be another lecture more about linking words, using different constructions and words, and adding on things, for example, to make it, as an example, to say where these are. But we will go through linking words more in details and all these other things that we are doing, but they are not in this lecture, obviously, because they need a different lecture. But adding on the specific flavor, all the changes are in green, by the way. The specific flavor can be bought at the store behind the blue sign, where Anna lives. Where Anna lives adds more clarity, and this adds more clarity. This is linked together to after the comma with a W-H-E-R-E. It starts another piece of information that tells us where Anna lives, but also where the ice cream is. The ice cream is obviously yellow, and the flavor is pie, with doughy bits in the middle, stay the same. Yesterday was an ice cream day, and I treated myself to some. We're still talking about ice cream, so it's still relevant. Now we're talking about when we ate it last, adding on a thing. This is a time adverbial. It was added on here to discuss more information that we actually need to do in our language, and that's why we speak, because we'd like to communicate what we will do or what has happened to us, because that's what we use language for, to give people instructions on what to do as human beings and how to cooperate. Cool. Now, what else? Vocabulary. The more you write on the topic when writing, which you will do when you write text in the national test, the more your specific vocabulary on topic can be brought to the forefront. Same thing when you're speaking. If you're having a conversation with somebody and you discuss things more on a deeper level, you're probably going to use words that are very much related to what you're talking about, which shows that you have a broad vocabulary. Stay on topic. And how is that relevant and obvious in our example? Still, changes or additions are in green, and even though my mom followed with me, she couldn't eat any ice cream because it's a dairy product, and my mom is allergic to ice cream, also known as lactose intolerant. When we're talking about specific vocabulary here, we have more advanced vocabulary talking about it, because all of a sudden we have dairy product and allergic and lactose intolerant. Also pretty tough terms to deal with, but we got them in this. So, I cannot stress this because I check as your language teacher for your vocabulary, if you have a depth in it. Stay on the topic. Expand. But then comes the question of when do I write a new topic sentence? Because obviously in our example we started talking about mom. And maybe she's not really relevant to the paragraph, but it's not true because she was still mentioned in ice cream. But as I say, it's still revolving around ice cream, but then kind of feels like it might take another direction. Who knows what we're writing? It's a very poor example. So how do we take the topic sentence and try to learn from it? To gain an even better structure of what you are writing, start out by adding a few topic sentences about what you want to talk about in your text. As the example stands, my favorite ice cream is the first paragraph start. The first topic sentence. Yada 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 la 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 la. Write lots about that. Where is it bought? How much does it cost? What color is it? What kind of spoon do I eat my favorite ice cream? Then we move on in our essay to the history of ice cream. And we started talking about how Marco Polo saw the Chinese roll up snow. I don't know. I don't have a history of ice cream. Ice cream! And then the next topic sentence and the next paragraph is why my mom can't eat ice cream because she's lactose intolerant. Yada yada yada. That will make a very short paragraph, but then we can talk about the history of lactose intolerance. At the end, you also kind of have a conclusion. You might have an introduction too, which is more relevant to this. And our final slide. Lots of texts that you expect to be producing in both Swedish and English in high school are argumentative texts, specifically in Swedish. Very important stuff. You have an introduction, so you write one argument, two arguments, and three arguments. The argument one is the topic sentence. The argument two is the topic sentence. That's how a new paragraph starts. And if you follow this thing, where you have a third argument and a counter argument, that's an individual topic sentence, you're gonna do a very well-structured argumentative essay as long as you have a conclusion on the end. And that's all for this, I think. Happy! Oh, I gotta